Welcome, Aquarius, to your Tarotscope reading for March 2016. This reading is for you if your sun, moon, or rising signs are in the sign of Aquarius. As I'm shuffling the cards, I'm continuing to focus. Oops, I got some cards fall out, so we're just going to put those to the side and we'll talk about those shortly. Just going to continue shuffling and continuing to focus on that energy of Aquarius. And it's my intention to look into the next month, the month of March 2016. All right, so we'll take a moment to talk about the cards that just fell out while I was shuffling. I believe that the cards that fall out or jump out of the deck while the reader is shuffling are kind of extra messages from the universe and really important things to keep in mind. They may be unconscious energies or things that we weren't quite aware of or things that are good to keep in mind as we go through the spread itself. So here we've gotten Seven of Cups and Queen of Wands. And I feel like for you, this is a very question and answer type scenario. The Seven of Cups here you can see is quite a busy card. We have many cups with many different objects, and the person below seems almost overwhelmed. And that's definitely the energy that I'm getting from you at this moment. I feel like for many of you, there are so many different avenues that you'd like to go down, so many different interests that you have, that you're ending up dividing your energy between all of them instead of staying focused on one. I feel like there's so many different things on your mind, whether they're different interests or different people in your life or different situations, but sometimes you're really you're going into your mind a little too often, and I feel like that's what this card is really saying. There's definitely a need for grounding at this moment and coming back down to earth, coming back down from the mental layer, which definitely as an air sign you are more comfortable hanging out in. The Queen of Wands here is a lovely card, and I feel like this card is really saying tap into this energy to help pull you out of your mind. The Queen of Wands is a powerful feminine energy, very reflective, as most queens are, very intuitive and sensitive, but combined with the Wands energy, which is a more outgoing fire energy. The Queen of Wands is a very popular, well-liked lady, and people really admire her and look up to her. I feel like this is you standing in your power, Aquarius. And there are definitely moments of this lately, but I feel like there is a real flip-flop, almost polarity that you're experiencing lately, which may be really confusing. One moment you feel like you're in this Queen of Wands, this powerful, confident energy, this courageous and brave strength that you possess. And then the next moment you may be pulled into your head, pulled into that mind chatter, that overwhelming feeling of having so many things to think about. So there's really, yeah, that duality I see right now. So we're just going to put these cards off to the side while we go through the spread, and I'm sure we'll refer back to them as we keep going on. So the first card here is going to talk about how you're feeling heading into this new month. And we have the Three of Pentacles. I definitely got the sense when we were talking about the Seven of Cups energy that there were people that these cups represented. And this Three of Pentacles energy is definitely confirming that. You seem to be connecting with new people in your life recently. Perhaps there are people who are coming into your life that are new, or perhaps you're connecting further with people who you hadn't really had the chance to connect with before. You're really looking for people to share your ideas with, share the things that are going on through your head. I think that you want somebody to listen to you, and at the same time, you want to listen to what others say to you as well. You're definitely looking for people who stimulate that mental conversation, that mental energy for you. And I think when you find that, that's really what helps you connect to somebody else, when you can have those kind of discussions. You're really looking for your tribe, you're looking for your pack, you're looking for people that you can connect with. And that's something that's very deep in your heart. I think that there has been a lot of traveling, for lack of better words, in your past. You have been, and that's recent past and like past. And I think there is a sense inside of you that kind of wants to settle down now, that you're ready to find those people, find that community, find that home, find somewhere you can grow roots into. And I think that's definitely something that's been on your mind lately with the Seven of Cups energy, is how much you want this. And then there's almost like an inner conflict going on, because there is that desire to run free that many Aquarius have inside them. The next card here is going to talk about your general forecast for the month ahead, and we have the Page of Swords. I feel like this is going to be a big month of exploring. I think you're going to experience many new things, make new connections with people, find yourself in new circumstances. This card is really encouraging you to play. A page is a very childlike energy, and it's encouraging you to be the qualities of the suit, which is swords in this case. So really exercising those innate qualities that you have as an air sign. Be communicative, be talkative, share your ideas, really connect on that mental layer. Really using your words to stimulate your growth this month. So whether that's talking to others, talking to yourself, talking to spirit, whoever you're really sharing your ideas with, because we have the Queen of Wands is definitely a powerful card, as in the Queen shares her ideas, she rules, she shares with the community. We have the Three of Pentacles here, which you can see there's one gentleman standing on a bench. He's clearly dictating his ideas to these other two who are listening. And the Page of Swords, which is asking us to speak our truth and really tap into that energy. So we're really moving forward into a very expressive month for you, where you're connecting with your truth and also sharing that truth with others and learning about others' truth and how that may be different or it may be the same as yours. Card number 3 is your upcoming challenges for this month, and we have the Lovers. I feel like a lot of you have been struggling with having intimate connections, and while I did feel that before we were talking about more in a group setting, or perhaps one-on-one, but more in a platonic situation, this Lover card definitely has me thinking of your more romantic or intimate connections. And these could be the close friends or families as well, but really very intimate. So not just acquaintances, someone you're very close to. I feel like for many of you, there have been walls up against having this level of intimacy with others, whether you feel like you may be hurt or controlled or just inundated by the other person. There has been some sort of wall thrown up where you don't feel comfortable going to this level with someone else. So this month, as you share ideas with others, and I think you're searching for somebody that you can share all of this stuff that's in your mind right now. And these two cards here, I mentioned when I first started talking about them, that I saw them as a question and an answer. And your question was, I have this energy inside of me, all of these things going on inside of me. And the answer is, speak them, share them. I definitely feel like to transmute this energy, you need to get it out of you. So for some people, I definitely recommend art, but for you, I think your art is through your words. It is through speech. It is through expression and being vulnerable in the presence of another. And that's where your challenge of the Lovers comes in. Having that deep, intimate energy, being vulnerable, removing shame about being vulnerable, and knowing that just because you're vulnerable with someone doesn't mean that they can now control you because they have this information about you. So releasing those fears and allowing yourself to experience this intimate connection that you may not have let yourself experience before. Card number 4 is going to talk about your good fortune, blessings, and abundance. And we have the King of Wands. So we're definitely continuing with this idea of expressing and really turning what is internal into the external world. We're doing some real shifting in energy. those things that we want to keep to ourselves or that you want to keep to yourself, you're choosing to express. You're choosing to share with the outer world. And there's a whole bunch of fears and different lessons that are going to go along with this. However, this is your work right now, is turning that internal energy into a more external, into a more yang energy. Really, yeah, outward focus now. And this card is coming up in your blessings and abundance. So like we had the Queen of Wands here, we have the King of Wands here telling you that this energy is innate inside of you. I do think that there are people in your life who see this energy inside of you, that see you can be a glorious, powerful, and confident leader. And they see that, and they do I don't want to say worship, but they see that energy as sacred inside of you, and they do acknowledge it, and they think it's beautiful. And I think for you, it's really a matter of you becoming comfortable that you have this energy inside of you, and you tapping into it and realizing what a blessing it is and what an amazing tool it is for you to create the kind of life that you want for yourself. The last card of this spread is this month's lessons. And we have the Knight of Swords. So you can see, just even by glancing at the cards, most of them have blue in them. In fact, most of them have blue backgrounds. And this is really, we're continuing to work with those energies of expression, of talking of our truth, of really expressing our truth and sharing it with other people. The Knight of Wands is saying your lesson is to choose your words carefully. Sometimes when we talk and we express, it's a conscious stream of thoughts and ideas and words, and it just comes through us and it moves through us, and it can be a little bit daunting sometimes for others, or maybe we say something we don't really mean to say. The Knight of Swords has that powerful action of you riding into battle, and you can see he's moving quite fast. The horse is galloping, he has his sword outstretched, and he's ready to fight. However, the Knight of Swords can also be a little hasty. He can say things that he didn't really mean to. He needs to think before he expresses. So your lessons are really surrounding this idea of, yes, it is so important for you to express, but I do think there will be moments where you wish you had bitten your tongue, where you kind of want to take back what you just said. I think a big lesson here is telling the people that you are in that intimate connection with, saying, listen, I didn't mean it like that. Let me try again. So continuing the communication even after there's been a slip up. I think that initially your reaction will be to run away, to want to escape the situation, to want to throw another wall up. So the lesson here is really keeping those walls down and keeping that motion and that movement in the relationship, regardless of a slip up or saying something that you may regret. So this concludes your Tarotscope for March 2016. As always, it was an honor and an absolute pleasure. If you're interested in a personalized reading, please check out my Etsy, and you'll find the link in the description below. Have a beautiful rest of your week.